NFC East football. Their fans know the rivalries are different. Washington and Philadelphia been going at it since the days of Al Capone. Played in the body bag game, in the Monday Night Massacre. There's no love lost because there's never been any love.
Here we have a fight right off the bat. This is always an intense rivalry between these two clubs.
Jaden versus Saquon, no way around it. They're the faces of this matchup, unless it snows again. We just saw how weather can factor, but either way, Jalen Hurts might be the key to how it all plays out. Let's get to that theory in a second and check the obvious boxes. Barkley, historic year, 2K plus, we all get it. He hit Washington with 145 plus yards in their two meetings this year.
Execute, communicate, execute, one away ever since.
Commanders' rush defense, terrible versus running backs in 2024, so that wasn't a fluke. Weren't any better versus Jahmyr Gibbs last week. Linebackers Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner and company gave up 2 touchdowns, 7.5 a run to Gibbs.
Up the middle, Gibbs, shoulder down, touchdown, Detroit.
Barkley sleds in off a 200-yard outing, 2 touchdowns, 2 more home run swings. The definition of Berman's, you can't stop him, you can only hope to contain him.
There goes Barkley, into the clear, through the snow, all the way home. He's hit another home run against the Rams.
JD, though, seems very hard to contain at this stage, too. He isn't going after any heathers or anything. Eagles dealing with a top 5 offense from 2024 that just accounted for 38 road points in a playoff game versus the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Daniels, 4-man rush this time, zips it in, caught by your guy, Zach Ertz, touchdown.
Daniels enters off another electric outing, 299 yards, no picks, 2 touchdowns, a 122 rate.
Lets it rip, floating it deep down the field, going for Brown. He's got it, a perfect throw to De'Ami Brown. Wow.
Maybe he's related to Mr. Spock, like he's way older than we realize. Nanu. He gets a Philly secondary that just gave up 320 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, 7.4 yards per attempt without picking off Matthew Stafford once.
Stafford in the middle, caught for the touchdown.
Eagles secondary played the pass well in 2024, though. Picked off Jordan Love 3 times the week before, for example. Mixed results versus Daniels specifically. Held him in check week 11 when they beat Washington 26-18.
Daniels fires over the middle and is Reed Blankenship.
5 weeks later, he hits Philadelphia's secondary for 5 TDs. Commanders win at the buzzer.
10 seconds ago. Into the middle of the end zone. Back, it's gone! Touchdown, Washington! Unbelievable. This guy's unbelievable!
With an asterisk, Hurts left that game after 4 pass attempts. Butterfly effect, hard to ignore. If the idea is Washington's offense is capable of big digits in any game, and they can absorb a big day by Saquon and win, then Hurts and Philadelphia's passing attack becomes vital to their ability to keep up and keep Washington's offense on the sidelines.
And Hurts checking down to Gainwell.
Hurts hasn't made any mistakes per se in the playoffs so far, but just 128 yards passing versus LA. Sure, the weather last week, but only 131 in their wild card win, and it's not just the playoffs. Hurts has only passed for 180 plus yards once in his last 7 full games.
Hurts downfield, and a great job by Mike Jackson.
And they need A.J. Brown to peel himself away from the Sorcerer's Stone and get back to being a star receiver.
Hurts throws on time. It's caught by A.J. Brown for the first down.
Just watch the movie, it's faster. 10 yards in their wild card win, 14 yards a week ago, with all kinds of chatter going on, and he led the team in targets last week with 7, with Hurts throwing for just 128 yards. Not many Eagles pass catchers come in off notable games. Like AJ, Devontae Smith is an A-grade receiver.
And throwing complete to Devontae Smith as Witherspoon takes him out of bounds.
Just 21 yards versus the Rams. Tight end Dallas Goedert led them with 56.
Hurts looking in the middle, man open, it's Goddard. Defender fell down and Goddard takes off inside the 35.
Washington and their defensive body of work for 2024, Homer Simpson-ish, but they strut in off a 5 takeaway performance.
Goff, some pressure again, lets it fly high. It's intercepted, picked off by Quan Morton.
Can they come close to that many splash plays again? Commanders' previous takeaway high was 2. They were subpar versus the pass all year. Only 3 teams had fewer INTs. They only had 7, but they picked off Jared Goff, a top 5 quarterback, 3 times.
Oh, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Sainristil.
Brown and Smith doing battle with cornerbacks Marshawn Lattimore, who Goff avoided, and corner Mike Sainristil, who had 2 INTs in that game.
Look at the throw. Going to throw it downfield. Intercepted. Sainristil has it.
Safeties Jeremy Chin and Quay Martin both had picks of Goff too. If Hurts is having to throw more, has to hope to get better pass protection than he did versus the Rams. He took a season-high 7 sacks, including 1 in the end zone, and they only threw 20 times.
They drift back to pass, pressure in the end zone. That's a safety.
That was to a Rams front on a bag bender. Washington's pass rush, 11th in sacks for 2024, picked up 2 in their win, both at the hands of Dorrance Armstrong.
Here's Goff in trouble. Ball is out. It's recovered by the Commanders.
Deron Payne, Dante Fowler, Jonathan Allen, all coming after Hurts, who they have to try and stop on the ground, of course, too. He scored versus LA, no one pushing him, 70 yards.
We're a tackle and Hurts on the run. He might go. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
So we'll have Hurts running around on one side, Daniels, of course, doing it on the other. He ran for 51 yards against Detroit.
Daniels, first down, dances around in the Lions territory.
When Philadelphia beat Washington, they held him to 18 rush yards. When they lost to him, he went for 81 rush yards on 9 a carry. Eagles didn't face a mobile quarterback in Stafford, but they gave up over 100 yards to Kyron Williams on 5.6 a run.
Good run by Kyron Williams. Still on his feet. Williams inside the 15 to the 10.
Washington's running back Brian Robinson, a major X factor for them all year. 2 touchdowns, 77 yards, 5.1 a carry versus the Lions.
Robinson in, touchdown Washington.
And they have Austin Eckler, who gets a few runs in. Went for 7.8 per on 6 attempts last week.
Oh, look at this. Eckler, room to roll, down to the 30.
Eagles' front 7, though, does enter off a nice pass rush outing. They blew up Stafford 5 times, not much blitzing either. Nolan Smith Jr., Jalen Carter don't need the help. 3 sacks between their 2 young guns.
Stafford trying to get rid of it. Lost the football. The Eagles have it. Off the edge. The pressure caused by Nolan Smith.
Can't be any geek off the street to rush for them. Gotta know how to handle a steal, if you know what I mean. Washington's modern-day Hogs have been making it hard to get to Daniels. They did lose starting guard Sam Cosmi, but only 1 sack taken in the wild card game, none on 31 pass attempts last week.
Really impressed by this offensive line, how they blocked in the run game and then held up in pass protection and give Daniels plenty of time to survey the field.
So we arrived at the tag team battle on this side, Scary Terry and Welcome to Diami versus Quinyanamo Bay and the wide receiver slayer. Mitchell, stud rookie corner, left hurt, but he says he's good to go. He doesn't travel, so Terry McLaurin can't avoid him if he wants. 89 yards in the wild card, followed by 87 yards and a TD in the divisional.
McLaurin breaks through. Terry McLaurin, foot race. McLaurin is going to win. Touchdown, Washington.
And then there's Diami Brown, 89 yards and a TD in the wild card, 6 catches, 98 yards, and their big win in Motown.
Going deep, has a man. It is caught. Diami Brown beats Branch, and he's got it inside the 20.
There's Zach Ertz, too. He scored in 3 of their last 4 games.
Jade's going to throw forward. He does. Into the end zone. Zach Ertz, who wants to go to the playoffs? Touchdown!
1990 season, the only time these two have met in the playoffs, and what a tale. Time to bookend things. Remember the body bag reference at the top? Philadelphia head coach Buddy Ryan tells reporters his team would inflict a beating on Washington so bad they'll have to be carted off in body bags. 9 Washington players left the game hurt, the regular season version. Philadelphia beats the Redskins 28-14. They meet again in the wild card. Ultimate revenge. Mark Rippon, 2 touchdowns. Ernest Biner, 49 rush yards, 77 receiving yards. Randall Cunningham, no touchdowns, gets picked off, takes 5 sacks. They turn the ball over 3 times. Redskins, 20-6 winners.
In the end, an abundance of defense and pride allowed the Redskins to celebrate their biggest win of the year.